Hi everybody, Laura here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a few projects to share with you featuring some of the gorgeous new pattern papers by Waffle Flower Crafts. And let me tell you, I'm in rainbow pattern paper heaven over here. I mean, get a load of these gorgeous pads. Mixture of colors, patterns. This one here obviously stole my heart, JJ's Rainbows. Okay, JJ Bolton, you're killing me with the rainbows. I mean, look at this. There's even stripes. It's everything I ever dreamt of and more. And let me tell you one thing too. These are 80-pound papers. Yes, 80 pound. If you scored that puppy in half, it could be a card base, I think. I know some people say 110 pound, but I do 80, 110 pound. Slap a rainbow on it, forget about it. Okay, and then there's different patterns. This is the dots. Again, you see it's two-tone. You score that and it makes a card base if you want to. Here's the unicorn color scheme, which is more of a softer pastel-y vibe. And then you get the lines on halves and all that jazz. Now here's another one. What's this called? Special Delivery. Beautiful patterns. There's some birds and some clouds. And gosh, I love this chartreusey color in there. And then look at this one. Modern Neutrals. Very soft, subtle, neutral gray tones, some marbles. Like, that would be great on a 12 by 12. I don't know. I'm always thinking photo backdrops. And, oh, hello hexagons right there. Oh, that'd be a great background for a card and some starbursts. So you get the idea. A lot of gorgeous patterns with the neutral tones. Okay, so these pads are sized to where you score it down the middle, and it's a standard size card. I'm going to trim this in half because, you know, that'll give you 2 rainbow cards right there. Okay, so, and this coordinates perfectly with the fresh rainbow panel die, which I die cut out of white. And you can see when I lay that over top, it lines up like it's meant to be. Now for a sentiment, there's lots of different stamp sets that could fit perfectly in this fresh rainbow panel, but I used the Big Dots sentiment. It says, "You are awesome." And I slapped a bunch of foam tape all on the back of this panel because dimension is life. You feeling me? Like, you gotta pop it up. The shadows, it's everything. That's the secret sauce. And all that's left to do is adhere this puppy onto a white card base. And it's like, that's it. You almost want to cry because it's so easy. You feel guilty, but look at how beautiful it is. Now, I'm not a mass producer type of gal, but if I was, these cards are the kind you want to mass produce. I'm going to do one more rainbow. This time I'm using the Fresh Rainbow Sentiment Set for the Fresh Rainbow panel, and it says positive vibes coming your way. And I'm going to turn this into a rainbow shaker. So I am adhering some Hero Arts acetate to the back of this Fresh Rainbow panel. Like so, I trimmed it to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to call this like a partial shaker. Even though I put acetate on the whole back of the panel, I'm only going to do the shaker sequins behind the rainbow arches. So I'm using these pre-cut foam strips you can buy. They're already pre-cut and they fit perfectly. And they are a little thicker than my Scotch foam tape, which allows more shakeage if you like that sort of thing. And okay, so I'm using some Little Things from Lucy, pink moonstone iridescent sequins. I'm only putting the sequins behind the arches. And then I've got this pre-cut rainbow panel here. I hope it lines up. And she did. And look at that. So the sequins are right there with the rainbow. It almost looks like I made channels for the rainbows, but I didn't. It was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And now I'm adhering this panel onto another white card base. And there you have 2 knock your socks off rainbow cards ready to rock and roll. And now we're moving on to card number 3. Okay, so I'm using a combination of these lines, pattern papers, the unicorn colors and the enchanted colors. I took a mixture of both, and I'm going to trim little strips out of the solid colored pieces. Okay, and I love, it's really refreshing for me because some of the colors are colors that I don't have in solid color cardstock, and I love that. It kind of gives me new life to my rainbow addiction. You know, when you get some like this peach color, I don't have that color in this bright candy apple red. So I trimmed all these. I kind of eyeballed it if you didn't notice. I didn't really measure the strips, but I kind of eyeballed them, and I'm adhering all these strips to a panel. You know what? I do this all the time. Anytime I get the chance to strip, I like to strip it. I think stripping's become trendy. Should we call it that? And you know what I mean. Get your head out of the gutter. I'm talking about strips of solid color cardstock. We like to strip it. Okay, and so I'm trimming off the excess, and a little card making humor for you. Yes, trimming off the excess, and then I have this nice colorful little panel. For the images and the sentiment, I'm using this Yippee Stamp Set, which is one of my favorites. I don't know, something about these kids on the stamp set just tickle me. I love kids, you know, especially when they're sleeping. But no, seriously, I mean, children are a blessing. But I will say this quarantine has been a tester. I mean, if I were to be a paid homeschooling mom, I would surely be fired because no one listens to me, and I'm a terrible procrastinator. I don't run a very tight ship. I don't. She's a hot mess. So if you're feeling bad about what you got going on, just know no one's got it together. Okay, and if they act like they do on social media, they're all a bunch of liars. And yeah, okay, so moving on to the card. I'm popping on everything. I went ahead off camera and colored the little boy and little girl because just to save time. See these two kids? These are my kids about 10:30 at night. They're ready to party because they know they don't have to get up early for school. And you know what the good thing is that mom is a night owl. So it doesn't really bother me. As long as they don't get up early, everything's all right. So there's the 3 cards featuring the gorgeous new Waffle Flower pattern papers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.